What's you laughing at?
I was like, did we lose Brown?
No, he's there. His sound's off though for some reason. Maybe his dad's chatting at him or something. That's why he doesn't want to. Anyway, hello everybody. Whoever's listening. Whoever's listening. Oh, he's gone.
Oh no!
He's totally gone. he's left us to it. It's not good, is it? I know what's going on. Anyway, Rennie, you better introduce this show now then, since you're a big...
Oh,
he's back. He's back.
The clown, Mr.
Yes.
Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. As soon as we started transmitting, it just went...
Well, at least that wasn't your butt.
Not yet.
Oh, boy.
It nearly did go like that, though. Yeah. Oh, God. My God. Is everybody okay? Hello, Rennie. You all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. How about you?
It's got very warm in this room all of a sudden.
Why?
God.
Because of technical issues. That's why.
Oh.
Right.
Yes. And look who is here. Mega Geek. Hello, Ian.
Hello, how are we? Hope you had a good Christmas, all of you.
Oh,
And,
your avatar's adorable.
Average.
I just noticed it.
No, you know, Swap Shop did that for me. It was really nice of him.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Tommy Cooper.
Yeah, no, well, it's Doctor Who's Fez, isn't it? That's what he's put on my head. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we just say hello to the only 3 people who are watching? So one person.
Who's that then? Who's watching?
Okay. In fact, happy Christmas, Shane Nolan. Hello.
Hey, Shane.
Happy Christmas.
I believe
Maya
he's
McCheese.
from Ireland.
Ireland.
Hey, Mayor.
Happy Christmas, Canadian Spider-Man. Nobody's watching now.
Hello, Ed.
So I think we all pissed them off.
Oh.
And I was watching. That's okay.
Yeah, they're
They
all
can watch
watching
it
Cockney.
later, can't they? They can watch
You
it
gotta
later.
start advertising your show before you go on, man.
Oh, I know. We should, but it's only last minute, impromptu. See what's happening.
Yeah,
You know?
but just go on Twitter and be like,
Proactive.
surprise stream or something. I don't know.
Rodeo.
Yeah.
We were supposed to have not Brian Young on, weren't we? He was quite forthcoming, wanting to do this stream, and then where is he?
Who knows? Oh, he's
Pissed
watching,
off and watching The Witcher.
He's watching.
Well,
The Witcher.
you can't blame him for watching a little Henry Cavill, so can't begrudge him too much of that.
Might be his missus that wants to watch it.
Yeah, he's not the fugly Superman, is he?
Oh God, no.
Nope. There's not fugly Superman.
Oh God, no.
I'm eating M&Ms. Would you believe that?
Really?
Yeah. I'm
Nice.
starving. Well,
do you remember when they
Christmas.
came out with those like Shrek M&Ms, the like bigger ones?
Yeah.
Not big
I
enough.
thought those
Everything
were
was
really
bigger.
cool.
When I was younger, everything was bigger. Wagon wheels were bigger. The Quality Streets tin was bigger at Christmas time.
Stealth downsizing.
And we had Snickers, but it was called Marathon over here before they changed it to Snickers. It was called Marathon, and those were huge.
Really?
So, yeah, they were much bigger than the way they are now. So, yeah, just seems everything has shrunk, I guess. But that's
but
progress
still
for
the
you.
same price. Yeah, still the same price.
Yep.
Or
more expensive now.
Yeah,
because of inflation.
I will say, like, the invention of DVDs and Blu-rays is kind of nice versus having a big, bulky VHS cassette. But I mean, like,
that's true.
That's true. Not always a good thing to, make everything small and compact. But those things I can be okay with or on board with.
I remember when I was young, when we had mobile phones, the first mobile phones, and everybody was like,
gosh.
boasting
Never
that their
catch
phone
on.
was smaller than this phone, and that's smaller than this phone and stuff. Now the phones are bigger.
Yeah,
Especially if you have
and
an iPhone, you can get a bigger phone.
Do you
Weird.
remember those Motorola's that were basically like carrying a brick around? I mean,
Yep,
they were
I remember
awful.
them. I had a
one of the
Sony.
first flip
I had
phones.
one of those.
All right. I had a Sony that I used to have this belt that held the phone on my belt. It was when I think about it,
You
it's
were a cool
crazy.
person.
Well,
Still is. In the chats, Shane Nolan. Yes, marathon. But Snickers have downsized to at least 3 times.
Yes.
Same with everything.
Yeah, it's not good. Do you remember at Christmas time you used to get the main toy, and then you used to get some like a it was like a plastic stocking with all these really cheap toys in them. My dad always used to get do you remember that? He used to get little toy soldiers, and he used to get blow football. Do you remember blow football? Where basically you had a guy with a straw and a ping pong ball and 2 nets, and he used to blow the ball.
You'd be good at that,
was
Rennie.
quite interesting. That was
You'd be
quite
good at
interesting
blowing.
those days. But yeah, I remember those days. Those days were fun, man. And I remember the first computer game we ever got was the Pong. The ding,
Oh, wow.
that one. We got that one.
Was it Atari or Coleco that it was on?
I think it was Atari. It was like we call it tennis over here, where it just like the 2 white dots that were bouncing the ball around and stuff like that. So that was the first computer game we got.
We had a Radafin.
I remember.
What's that?
What?
Cheap version of the Atari. A Radafin.
Never heard of it.
Nor have I.
I remember having Space Invaders. That was fun. That was one of the fun, I think, 80s video games.
Yeah, they were very simple in those days. My brother in the living room, he's playing the Keanu Reeves game. What's it called? Spunk something, or it's called something. I don't know what it's called. But
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk, that's it. Cyberspunk. Yeah, that's what he's playing right now.
No, that's the Matrix 4.
All right, okay. So I remember those games. I remember when I was a kid, toys were very simple. We used to have I got the Hornby train set. Do you remember that?
Get in,
man.
Yes.
And what was the other one?
I'd love a train set.
What's the one with the car used to go around and build the track? Scale Electric. I don't know about girls' toys though. What did you get when you were young? Did you just get dolls, Rennie, or something?
Not just dolls. I mean, of course, girls for some reason had to play with dolls. Supposedly.
Bacon?
No, unfortunately, no. My parents weren't big on eating bacon. But yeah, I know. It's crazy. But no, you would have like all these action figures from the shows that you would watch. Like I was really into He-Man and She-Ra, so I had a really cool like She-Ra play set and She-Ra dolls. I want to say my brother had a Castle Grayskull, which is pretty cool. Also like stuff like the real Ghostbusters, cartoon, My Little Ponies.
I remember taking mine. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I remember taking my niece to the shop because she wanted remember there was this big thing about building your plushie. And so we went to the shop so that she can build her My Little Pony thing. So you pick the color. That's it. It was like that, but it was My Little Pony you build. So you just she picks the color, she picks who she wants, and then this guy will put all the stuff in there and get it sewn up and stuff like that, and put the heart in because you used to have a heart that goes in there as well. And so
weird.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. There was a time when every kid wanted one to be built. So
did you ever have Care Bears over there?
Yeah, we had Care Bears. Yeah, I thought they were weird as well. Toys. I think the best toy I ever got was,
what was your best present?
Action Man. I always wanted Rock'em and Sock'em, and I got it when I was 50. When I turned 50.
On 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I liked my
But
Snoopy snow cone machine. That was fun.
oh yes, I remember that. Wow, Snoopy, brilliant stuff. But toys were toys in those days, in my opinion, and they were really well made. Not that we appreciate, because we'd break them up after 5 minutes playing with them; it would be broken, wouldn't it? But there were some great toys, man.
In the chat, it's Mr. Shadowban Mom Productions TM. Greetings. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hi,
Christmas.
Jeremy.
Merry Christmas.
Then Shane singing Care Bear Countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little sister.
Wow. Did you ever get a Cabbage Patch doll, Rennie?
No, I found them terrifying.
They were, weren't they?
Like, I really hated those things. Like, I felt like they were creepy, so I never wanted to have one in my presence. The funny thing is, though, is I loved like the Garbage Pail Kids cards, the parodies of the Cabbage Patch, but I hated the Cabbage Patch dolls. And
they were horrible.
I couldn't stand to have one. Yeah. Like, and then they had the ones where like, or they would come with like a birth certificate or some bullshit like that. And it's like, that's weird. Like, I just never got the point of that. I thought it was kind of weird, but I had a lot of friends that did have them. It's just, I just couldn't do the whole Cabbage Patch thing.
I remember it was all in the news, and there were people like storming the toy shops for Christmas just to get a
Cabbage
Patch doll. Yeah. It was absolutely mayhem. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. But
Whereas now
like Jingle all the way. Yeah, exactly. It's sad because like we have come to that whole habit of, you know what, I don't need to leave the house, I'll just order it online. I mean, I've gotten like that as well. Like even with groceries, sometimes you can get free delivery from some places, so it's like, well, do I even need to leave the house?
I don't think that's good. Shane Nolan in the chat, I loved the Garbage Pile Kids.
Yes, they were so funny.
Yeah, as I said, Action Man. I remember. I think you guys call it G.I. Joe over there, but Action Man.
Oh, okay.
There was these really great dolls. Action Man. They had gripping hands, and every joint used to bend, and very well made toys in those days.
Every joint used to bend. What, smoking pot?
Oh, very funny, Brown. But yeah,
I used to love Play-Doh too.
Did you? We used to call it plasticine over here. It was never called Play-Doh. In America, it's called Play-Doh, but we used to call it plasticine. We used to get presents in school at Christmas time. They used to give us plasticine.
No,
but I believe it was no. It got changed to Play-Doh, but originally it was called plasticine over here.
Yeah,
and it had a lot of oil in it, and then they changed the formula to Play-Doh, so it's much more safer.
Because kids can eat it and it not die.
Yeah. So I remember plasticine. Then it was a big thing called slime. Do you remember that? All the kids wanted slime.
From Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon started that little slime craze.
You can make your own now.
Yeah, pretty much. But you have to be careful because I think some of it involves like dish soap and some other stuff. And, good luck getting that in your eyes. So
in the chat, it's Mr. Shadow Ban Mom Productions TM. That's a cool background wallpaper you got there. Did you make that in Photoshop or something? Illustrator. And then, yes.
Oh, cheese. Bacon. Bacon.
Then Shane, plasticine, yes. Yeah,
I don't know.
Turncoats here.
Why?
Yeah. Come on, Brian.
Why aren't you on, Brian?
Brian, you're the one that wanted to come on.
I remember my sister used to get Barbie and Barbie. I remember picking up her Barbie doll, and her knee used to bend as well. So it had a little joint in there. It was all made of rubber. Her legs made of rubber, and then when you bend it, you can hear the click, 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 and you can put it in any position you want.
But
and
it
now
didn't
it's not
bend
like
a
that.
whole lot. It wasn't super duper flexible. Not that I remember. Like you could do stuff with it, but it wasn't like, the ones that actually had like the joints where, they could swivel real easily.
Right.
You could move the legs and kind of like make it seem like the Barbie doll was walking, but you couldn't really like do too much with it. And then you had some
Yeah.
Barbies with like straight arms that didn't really bend the elbows, and then you had some that did bend the elbows and stuff like that. But,
Rennie, do you want to read the chat, please?
Which comment? Oh, what does Brian have to say? Let's see here.
Have you got your glasses?
Pished Lods.
Come on, Brian, hurry up.
Who's watching The Watcher? No, The Witcher.
The Witcher.
Sorry.
The Watcher.
The Watcher.
He's witching the Watcher. Shadow Man Productions. I should learn Illustrator. Yes, you should. New Year's resolution. Just saying.
And you,
Brian says we're swappers. I think it's.
I don't know. He's working. Oh, he's no, he wouldn't have. He would have went early. He would never have went later in the night. I think he's working.
Oh, I thought he said today was to see Kingsman.
Yeah, that would be around about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Okay. He would have seen that.
Right.
He would never. I don't think he'd go late unless he is in the cinema watching it right now. Not a big fan of Mr. Vaughn at all. But
Mark Commode has slated it.
Well, Mark Commode is a bit up his own arse, isn't he? These days,
he is.
I mean, he likes films that I think are absolutely awful and pretentious. So God bless him and all that, but I don't like critics anymore. I don't listen to critics. I listen to the people on YouTube, honest people who have nothing to gain by saying something's bad or good. That's how I follow
unless
films
they're
these
monetized.
Days now. Yeah, exactly.
The monetized channels, I don't necessarily believe everything they say because they're doing it for money, right?
Brian, come on.
Yeah.
But
sorry, Rennie.
I have a question for you guys. So do you guys watch Christmas movies typically or no?
I do.
Battle of Britain, Mosquito Squadron.
What? That's not a Christmas movie.
No. Okay, so here's my thing, and it's probably going to piss off, I don't know, anyone that catches this on the repeat or whatever. But just because a movie takes place during Christmas, I don't consider that necessarily a Christmas movie. I only consider it one if it was intended to be a holiday or a Christmas movie. That's just me. That's how I feel. So I discount things like Die Hard. That's me personally.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't personally feel that way.
I agree.
So,
great.
Me, I always do like Elf. Elf is like my absolute favorite.
Yep.
I watch both Home Alones just because they're corny and, they came out whenever I was a kid. So, I've grown up with them. A Christmas Story, which, how can you not like A Christmas Story?
That's huge. No. That's really big in America. In England, it's not so much so. I mean, we know of it, but it's not screened over here at all.
Oh, that's hilarious.
As I said, I know of it. Yeah, I know of it.
It's on, if you guys have HBO Max, they have A Christmas Story on there as well. But they also play it 24 hours on one of the Turner broadcast networks. I think it's TBS or TNT, but they'll stream it or play it for like a full 24 hours. Nothing but A Christmas Story.
But in that town where they shot the film, they celebrate that every year. They have tours and stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, why not? It's a moneymaker,
That's right. Yeah, it is. But I mean, I watch Elf. I watch It's a Wonderful Life. I watched that before Christmas, before Christmas Eve. What else did I watch?
Do you like the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen?
Yes, I only watched the first one though. The second one was as I said, I watched Home Alone, but I don't like the second one. I think
have you watched the new version?
No, not at all. Why would I?
Oh no, yeah.
The Disney.
No.
Here you go, Ian, just for you.
What's that?
In the chat.
Mr. Hayes said that the new movie on Netflix, Look Up or Heads Up or something, is really good. It is. I would recommend it. It's called Don't Look Up. And even though I was laughing at most of the scenes, I found it very disturbing because it actually mirrors what's happening today and how far social media will go. Let me just give you the synopsis. Basically, it's about these scientists that find out that an asteroid is going to hit the planet. And they try to tell the president, but the president is a dope and an idiot and worries about her election. And they tried to say it on the news, but no, everybody was trying to make fun of them, whatever. Do you know what I mean? And so it's really hard to get the truth out there, and it kind of mirrors what's happening now. So if you ever get the chance to watch it, I recommend it. But I found it as equally as scary as I found it funny, if you know what I mean. So
Wow.
it's got Leonardo DiCaprio and the woman from what's her name? Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence. So there you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
And man, once you said Jennifer Lawrence, I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Ouch.
No, she's all right. She's all right in it. She's all right. She's not the
She was
star
an
though.
awful Mystique. I hated her as Mystique.
Well,
and I thought Hunger Games was okay, but I feel
didn't
like
like Hunger Games.
I don't think there was enough mystery about her. But that's just me.
Well, no, she plays the same person in every role. She has like the same like monotone flatness and like I'm so much better than everyone and I have to condescend to people kind of thing and listen to me. I'm like the smartest. And I don't like anyone, female or male, that has to do that all the time. It's boring. It's the same character.
In the chats, Shadow Bam Mam Productions TM. I'm going to watch it sometime soon.
Yeah, I recommend it if you wanna give it a shot. Yeah.
And then it's Mr. Shadow Ban Mam Productions TM says, "Do all British people know each other?" Yes, we do.
Yeah. What would you? I know you probably didn't watch it, Rennie, but Brown, what did you reckon of the Queen's speech this year? I don't know if you watched it.
Graham Norton.
No, the Queen's speech.
Doesn't she give a speech every Christmas or no?
Yeah, she does every Christmas Day.
Perhaps. Sorry, Rennie, you're a princess. I didn't.
It's very moving because she was talking about Philip. So I thought this one was kind of slightly moving. The things that she was saying about missing people and stuff like that. So,
yeah. Are you into
the only time?
Family?
No, not really. It's the only time I've actually got what she was saying. Because every year I just listen to her, I think she's talking shit. But this year, because she's lost her husband, you can tell that she's kind of sad, and it's the only emotion you get from the Queen,
Loss can make you see things differently. As anybody listening to the Doomcock stream last night, Doomcock had a moment, didn't you, Rennie?
About his mother. He's an empath. Yeah, well, that too, but he's also an empath. So, in my opinion, he's never said that he was, but to me, he is. So, whenever somebody says that they're going through heartbreak, then he goes through heartbreak with them, and I think it's a very kind thing. Because not everybody has that kind of capacity, but it's also hard to to hear someone you care about get emotional. So,
he's a good lad.
Yeah, he's a good man. He really is. So, question for you guys. I know you stopped watching Doctor Who, Mr. Brown, but Ian, what is your favorite Doctor Who Christmas special?
I don't. I've had a problem with Doctor Who since the end of Matt Smith's era and the beginning of Peter Capaldi's era, but I've never liked the majority of the Christmas specials. In fact, the only Christmas special I liked was the one with David Tennant, when it went from Chris Eccleston to David Tennant. That's the only one I really truly liked. Yeah, well, that sword fight was rubbish, but I liked it because I was engaged from start to finish, and I hated all the ones that followed it. Like that stupid one where the fishes are flying in the sky, and that was just rubbish. And the one where
the fish flying in the sky, but I did like the whole how they kind of made it mirror a Christmas Carol. I think it's even called A Christmas Carol. Yeah,
but when she started singing, I'm like, what? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what? Why?
Yeah.
It's not a musical, is it? It was just so. And the one I really hate is the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe rip-off one.
Oh,
I
that's
really
the most
hated
annoying
that
one.
Especially
because the mother was whiny as hell.
And right at the end, very ending, he says to the little boy, he says, "Oh, that's how we can beat them. They're women. So let the women take charge." And I was like, "Oh, this is just such shit." Do you know what I mean? So it was just creeping in. The woke stuff was just creeping in on Matt's last stuff. But I just said that. I said that that David Tennant, the first David Tennant one, is probably the best Christmas one, I reckon, in my opinion. Even though the effects were really bad and the sword fight was rubbish.
Is that the one where he lost his? Is that the one where he lost his arm?
Yeah,
His hand.
he lost his hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
lost
all right.
his hand.
That was all right. That was yeah.
But you
Compared
know
to what
what?
we've got now, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't consider this era of Doctor Who. I've never called. I've never said the Doctor ever when it comes to Jodie. When I'm talking about Jodie, I always say the Jodie Doctor because she has not earned the title to be called Doctor. The Doctor. No, just call her the Jodie Doctor because she hasn't earned the right to be the Doctor as far as I'm concerned.
No,
So,
I agree. Now, I
don't
know this
know.
is unpopular, and you don't really care for
From
Peter
you?
Capaldi, but my favorite Christmas special is the one where he and River Song actually have an episode together. I think it's called The Husbands of River Song.
I hated that one. That was woke.
Really? I
Woke as
loved
shit.
it. Not because I didn't think it was woke, but I liked it because of the fact that, like, she didn't know who he was, and I thought that was really cute. And then when she
And what did she say
realizes,
to him? Rennie, what did she say to him? She said to him, "My God, you're smiling. You can't smile. You're a man," she says to him. And I was like, I'm out. I'm out. What a woke thing to say. I am completely,
I thought it
utterly
was
out.
sarcastic, but
It wasn't sarcastic. It was written as to just to put that shit in there. It was just terrible. Terrible. And at the ending, right? Well, how many years they live on that stupid, what is it, hotel room or whatever it was? It was absolutely shit. It really was crap. I was like, no.
There you go, Rennie. You're wrong.
Because I don't like I don't like woke shit, but I just didn't see it woke. But I don't know. I just thought it was cute the way that their characters interacted and the whole because so the Doctor never gets the reaction that he wants to the TARDIS. So in this one, he's like, she doesn't realize he's the Doctor. So he goes into the TARDIS. He's like, "Oh my God, my mind is blown, and this is stupid. It cracks me up every time."
Well, she's stupid because if she didn't guess he was the Doctor, I mean, God, all the signs were there.
He only got she thought he only had so many incarnations, and didn't realize that the Time Lords gave him an additional 12 regenerations. So, I think she thought that that wasn't possible.
I think they've wasted all those on Jodie.
In one regeneration, like 5 times, or what?
It feels like a million times, but
you know what?
I will say, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I thought it was really stupid to have, whenever David Tennant didn't want, or his doctor didn't want to regenerate because of Rose, then to use his regeneration just to stay himself. That was dumb. They never should have done that. They never should have gotten him to the point of regeneration and wasted a life that way, so to speak. But that's just me.
Shane in the chat, but she was dead at that point, River.
Yeah, she was. She was.
Yeah.
She was dead the first time she met the David Tennant Doctor. But he saved her essence or something like that. And apparently, what's his name? The black guy, and it was meant to be the Doctor as well at the ending of that episode. I'm like, oh, forget it. You guys are messing up the Doctor Who
Dr.
history.
Moon?
Yeah, it's meant to be the Doctor, apparently.
Nerdlotic did a stream yesterday, and I was watching it this morning, and he was going on about Doctor Who, especially because he said he's been binge watching the specials.
Right.
And I think he was saving the last good one for today or tomorrow or something. And why has the Doctor Who Christmas special been lost? Why did it disappear?
Because Christmas is offensive to some people, I think is what the BBC said. So they, instead of it being a Christmas special, it's a holiday special.
Right. Okay.
I think that's what they said a couple years ago, if I remember correctly.
I think it's good that we don't have the Jodie Christmas specials because she doesn't deserve to be the Doctor at all. So I'm glad that they've done that. I'm glad that this era is going to end, but I am a bit apprehensive about what's going to happen with the Doctor. If they cast, look, the only way what they should do. This is what they should do. They should cast a white male back as the Doctor, but I suspect they're going to cast a black guy because it's basically compromising because they
It's
think
what
they
they've
can't
pretty
cast
much been alluding to, anyways. Is
Yeah,
something not
and the Doctor
the
is not.
typical.
The Doctor is not black. So, and the Doctor is not female either. You know, look, Russell T. Russell T. did a good thing for Doctor, but he also did a horrible thing for Doctor. He allowed Chris Eccleston to have his own accent, therefore breaking one of the rules. And then, as he went on, he broke a lot of the rules, and so did Moff as well. Broke a lot of the rules. They actually laid the foundations for what we have today. So there you go. At least the classic people that was in charge of Classic Who, they mostly stuck to the rules of the Doctor and the show. But these two new writers, they actually changed the rules, which in the end, it just made it worse because they opened the door to other possibilities.
Do you think the Davies will save it? Because I don't.
I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't care anymore about Doctor. I don't care about Star Wars.
I think
I don't care about Doctor Who. I'm up and down with Marvel Universe. I don't care about DC. DC doesn't hold anything for me because every one of their films have been shit.
I did like the Snyder Justice League. I know
that's possible.
But at the same time, Zack Snyder's universe is not going to get restored. So, yes, we got what we wanted as fans. But, in the big picture, in the long run, you remember who's running the DC universe right now?
I don't know, but someone I don't like.
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Well,
J.J. Abrams.
You know what? J.J. Abrams is, look, none of these IPs belong to us. And we can voice our opinions, but they're not really listening. As Brown said once on one of his streams, it looks like Sony's the only people that are listening to.
I was just about to say that, mate. Yeah. I think it's going to be the year of Sony. I think Sony are in a position now where they can put anything they want out.
Until they get bought out.
You reckon they're going to get brought out by Disney?
Why not? They're buying everybody else out.
Disney will not buy,
for crying out loud.
They will not buy Sony. Because Sony is Sony. It's too big to be bought.
But I thought there was this rule that you weren't allowed to monopolize things in the States. Otherwise, everybody would be doing it. But Disney seems to be monopolizing everything.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because I don't think Disney's getting held accountable for that.
Because in England, right, who's the guy that owns Sky? Is it Rupert Murdoch? Murdoch. He wanted to buy everything, but the government stopped him because there's a rule that you can't monopolize everything. Otherwise, you'll have the total advantage and grow too strong. So there's a rule. I mean, I might be wrong about this. I'm no lawyer, but the government stopped him from buying loads of stuff up. He just managed to buy Sky. And then that was that, you know what I mean, and that's where he stopped. So I don't understand.
Murdoch owned Fox, and he sold to what you call it, Disney. Shane Nolan. No, Disney can't afford Sony.
Not
Disney
yet. Now I will say that they got a lot of flack.
They won't buy Sony. It's just won't buy them.
Well, here's the thing that you guys forget. Sony's got a lot
parent
of flack.
company is Sony.
They got a lot of flack for Venom, the first one, and then they got a lot of flack for the second Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I haven't seen that one yet, but they did get a lot of crap about that. So I don't know how you can say that Sony will be taking over when people didn't really like the Venom movies that much. I mean, I did. I like the first one. I haven't seen the second one.
No, it's not.
The second one got a lot of crap.
Ghostbusters 2016 was the fingers burnt lesson.
Yeah, but what you call it? It's not about whether they like it. It's about how much money it made. And as far as I know, both Venom films made a lot of money, and they classed that as a success.
Oh, that's true.
So that's over the line of and being a success. And then Ghostbusters Afterlife was a success as well, critically and financially, and Spider-Man even more so. So,
put it this way, Rennie. Obviously the news this week the Sony have released the Ultimate Ghostbusters box set, have they not? And
That's Columbia, isn't it?
yeah, and a certain person's been, well, he's not
Pissed
happy,
off
is he?
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Paul Feig's.
yeah, not happy about it.
Well, Paul Feig's right. He's not happy because basically he knows he's made a dud. And he obviously
It's not
Hollywood
even
is
that
about.
good.
It is. It's absolute shit, isn't
It's
it?
not even that good. It's not even that good.
Yeah. So he knows he's made a dud, and he doesn't want to go down in history as being made a dud. So he's fighting for his reputation. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with the film or how good it is that he claims it's good. It isn't good. He knows that. He's trying to claim his reputation as a filmmaker. He doesn't want to go down in history as the one that made the one that Ghostbusters that everybody universally hated. But that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Again, Gary briefly mentioned it on the stream today. A lot of people got burnt with 2016 Ghostbusters, including one of the major backers of the project. Guess.
I don't know.
Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, well, Dan Aykroyd should know better.
Hence why we've got the better version a few weeks ago.
They have to say all that shit, don't they? When they're promoting the film, they have to say, "Oh yeah, it's going to be really good. Yeah, I'm right behind it, 100%." But Dan Aykroyd was never happy with the female Ghostbusters, but he couldn't say it because he was under contract, wasn't he? So
yeah,
what else is he going to say?
Yeah, you're going to go on while they're paying you and say it sucks. Don't watch it.
Also, Spider-Man crossed $1 billion. Was it?
There you go, because it's a good movie.
Christmas Eve. Did it get this right? It did. It's probably the fastest film ever to get to $1 billion in less than a week.
It's all word of mouth, mate. And word of mouth is stronger than anything. Any publicity. Word of mouth is stronger than any kind of publicity. Any kind of social media, word of mouth will always kill it. If word of mouth is bad, it will kill it. Word of mouth is good, it will push it up. And that's what happened here. Yeah.
It's the best advertising in the business is word of mouth. That's true.
Very good.
I still haven't seen it yet.
You should watch it. It's really good.
Either. I was hoping to be able to stream it, but they don't offer it for streaming.
No, I kind of think it's you need to see it at the cinema.
Yeah, I mean it is worth your time as far as I'm concerned. As I said, I saw it with a packed crowd and people were cheering and people were crying at the end and stuff like that. So it's a really good movie. Emotionally moves you,
I have never been to. I must be going to the wrong cinemas.
Were
they really doing that?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I mean, you don't realize what a big fan base Andrew Garfield has got. Yeah, Andrew Garfield's got a huge fan base.
Oh, that's so weird. I couldn't stand his movies. I couldn't watch them. They were just cringe.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of girls fancy Andrew Garfield. I mean, when he came on screen, and I know that's no spoiler because everybody knows he's in it. Yeah, the kids just cheered. The kids just cheered.
I bet they did.
Gasped and stuff. Oh, Brown, stop it, will you, mate? What is up with you? We're not on Carry On.
Boxing Day Wank. The clue is in the title there. Boxing Day Wank, mate. Yeah. I've never seen any of his. I've seen kind of snippets on the TV, but I've never actually sat down to watch his Spider-Man films.
It's okay. It's not great. That's the one that version of Spider-Man is the least. I prefer Tobey Maguire's one. Tobey Maguire for me, Sam Raimi's version is the best in my opinion.
Yeah, Tobey is my Spider-Man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He was good.
And Andrew Garfield's version is okay, just okay. They missed a lot of stuff in that, but hey, what can you do, eh? Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try and see it tomorrow.
Well, it's worth your time. I didn't like Matrix. What was just meh.
Everybody's saying it sucked, but I didn't watch any of the Matrix movies, so I have
On
nothing
40
to be
minutes.
disappointed with. Yeah.
I think I got to about 25 minutes in,
Mm.
and I just thought, what the fuck is this?
It was all right. It wasn't great, put it that way. I mean, there's a lot of messages in there, a lot of woke messages in there, especially at the ending, Brown. I don't know if you noticed where they made the emphasis on. Haven't you watched it?
As I said,
Yeah.
I watched the first 25 minutes, and I thought,
I
no,
see.
I'm
I see.
out. I'm out.
At the ending, there's something that happens, and one of the people say, "Yeah, they were talking about Trinity. Yes, she's a woman, and it's her choice." It was kind of, slamming the message over your head, kind of thing. So, anyway,
Okay.
I agree, Shane. Definitely agree. Agree with you.
Brian, you're coming on. You got 20 minutes. Hurry up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not surprised by anything like that does that anymore, to be honest. And that's why I just enjoy my entertainment that I know that I like versus stuff that it's like, well, this has got a 90% chance of having, idea politics and wokeness, same thing.
Yeah.
But so what's the point? I'm not gonna.
That's true.
I'm not gonna spend my money. I'm gonna vote with my wallet, and that's why until I heard, how everybody liked Spider-Man, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna waste my money on that. It's expensive to go to the movies now, and so I'm like, I know that they rumored that they were gonna have like the multiverse going, but honestly, a lot of us were thinking, okay, well, Toby's going to be in it for like 5 seconds and that's it, right?
He wasn't.
I know. And I heard after the fact that that's not the case, but I'm just okay. And then they're going to kill off this or that person, or,
no spoilers.
It's just not going to end well. That's basically where my train of thought was. And I'm like, well, there's no point in watching it. But
it's
when
worth
I
it.
started hearing good reviews, then I'm like, okay, well, maybe I will spend some of my money.
Yeah,
but
you should.
I'm just being very cautious with it anymore because it's just not worth my time or my money to go and watch something going, wow, this is a real piece of shit.
I think you should go out and enjoy yourself, Rennie.
Do you know what? I was talking to Dan, and Dan's convinced that the woke stuff is gradually disappearing now because of Spider-Man and Afterlife and stuff like. I was watching today with my mum. Right. So I was with my mum. No, I was with my mum, and my mum was trying to find something to watch on TV, and we came across Singing in the Rain on, I think it was on BBC Two.
Get in.
And do you know what? I didn't realize how many well-known songs was in that movie. Make Them Laugh. I didn't realize that was in the film. So, and there were other songs in there. Then realized it was in the film. The only song I remember from Singing in the Rain is Singing in the Rain.
Well, yeah, because that's what it's known for.
I remember the Morecambe and Wise version. That was much better.
Oh God, that was great.
Shane Nolan. Shane, you're really keeping this stream going tonight, mate. Well done. I loved the Matrix people saying the original. As soon as I read anything like this or hear anything, this is it just feels like you're getting slapped with that wet fish. Here we go. I loved the Matrix people saying the original was a trans allegory for the red pill. Sorry, and the red pill was a reference to the red estrogen pill. Except that pill didn't come out until after the Matrix.
No, it's just people trying to cause trouble on Twitter.
Fucking hell.
Just people trying to say their identity politics are correct because of this, that, or the other, and you just have to not pay attention to it. I know it's unfortunate, but I think sometimes, even I in the past allowed people to piss me off too much, and I'm just like, I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother watching it. I don't give a shit about pop culture news anymore. It's all crap. So I'll enjoy what I enjoy. Unfortunately, I can't enjoy Star Wars anymore thanks to Rian Johnson and Disney and all that. But I can still enjoy my, some of my older entertainment, So, I choose to enjoy what I know I like And if I hear raving reviews about something that's modern, then I'll go and watch it, but not like, not the professionals or the movie critics, because I know they're getting paid to, say what the companies want them to. But if I hear real people saying, hey, this is a decent movie, or you should check it out, it's like, oh, okay, then I'll go check it out. But otherwise, I'm saving my money.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm going to go, as I said, I'm going to go see Spider-Man. And hopefully
Spider-Man.
And hopefully Kingsman.
Not interested in the Kingsman.
Yeah, me neither.
At all. Oh, just going back to Singing in the Rain, right? I just want to talk about one bit in Singing in the Rain. So, in Singing in the Rain, Gene Kelly's got this friend, and he looks famous. I don't know who he is. He did this. He sang this song called "Make Them Laugh," and it's mostly one take, right? It cuts halfway through it with another take, but it's mostly one take, right? And this guy does this thing where he's dancing, and he runs up against the wall, and he flips on the wall, and he comes and he lands on his feet. He does it 3 times in one single take.
Wow!
I just think that's amazing, absolutely amazing. In one single take. Yeah, I was sitting there going, bloody hell, that guy's fit, really fit. And then last time he does it was as a joke. He smashes right through the wall. Smashes right through the wall, and then he comes back out of the wall and sings the last line of the song and falls flat on his back. I mean, do you know how fit you have to be to do that song? That it's an incredible piece of filmmaking as far as I'm concerned. As I said, you probably don't remember Singing in the Rain, or you probably never watched it, but this is the first time I was watching it, because as a kid I remember bits of it, but first time I watched it.
Morecambe and Wise certainly didn't do that one.
No, they did. I don't think Rennie knows who Morecambe and Wise is.
No.
60s and 70s and early 80s British duo comedic double acts. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Light entertainment would be classed as what they did. And it was excellent. And at Christmas, we would have an Morecambe and Wise show as a special. And in the 70s and 80s, you sat down to watch it.
Yeah, as a family.
Much like the Queen's speech, you sat down to watch it.
And you know what, right? I think it was 1977 Morecambe and Wise Christmas special. 25 million people watched that episode. 25 million. It was unbelievable. Then again, there was only 4 channels on TV at that time. So
no, there'd have been 3 at that point.
3. That's how popular they were. Half of England watched their show, and that's a great feat, So
wow,
there you go. Yeah, different time in those days. Different time. They were very funny.
Shane, their Christmas specials got over 20 million viewings on average.
Yep.
They did.
Yep, they did.
And they were
fantastic.
fantastic.
Doctor Who can't even get 2. Doctor Who only gets 3.
Yeah.
3 million. That's it. What's the show? Do you still have the channels like CBS, NBC, and all that, don't you, over there, Rennie?
Oh, yeah.
So what is the show? What is the top rating show on network TV now?
Oh, you were asking the wrong person, because I don't watch anything like that. I really don't know, because
is it NCSE, NC, or is
NCIS?
Yeah,
that was
that one.
Could be. That's on CBS, I want to say. But yeah, I'll be honest, or either that or Dateline. Dateline NBC is on every freaking night.
What's Dateline?
Is that a dating show?
Definitely not.
Cilla Black.
It's basically a news magazine show, and kind of not really my cup of tea, so to speak. But yeah.
Oh.
So
did not know that.
I don't know. Yeah, like they have one like every day, and then I don't know. You guys, I'm awful at watching TV anymore. The only modern day shows that I'll send my watch is like Family Guy and South Park. But even Family Guy got a little bit too political, because Seth MacFarlane is Like, hey,
On it.
whatever your political views are, that's up to you. But when you put them into your shows, because Seth MacFarlane is an ultra liberal, and that's his right. But I don't want to see stuff that preaches that I should be an ultra liberal just because you are. And sometimes he takes it a little bit too far, and that's why the South Park creators will toe the line on both sides, so that and they've even said this in an interview. We never said we were conservatives, and we never said that we were liberals. We don't, we choose not to take sides on that, and I commend them for that, for the most part.
All this, what you're talking about, it's just, it's all navel gazing. It's just all bollocks. Why are people so entrenched in, oh, you're left, well, I'm right, fuck you. Oh, well, I'm
and
right,
that's
you're
the thing,
left.
isn't it?
So fucking what? It's just wears you down. Just
it
wears
absolutely
you down.
does.
And it's self-destroying in the end.
Yeah. People want to talk about it and want to be like, yeah.
I'm right, and if you don't agree to what I say, go fuck yourself. But I'm just sick of it.
But I don't want to tell you whose presidential administration that started
Politics,
with.
everybody.
Exactly. So, but it did start where they created a dividing line, and instead of just appreciating people for who they are, it's like, oh, well, I didn't realize you were that liberal, or I didn't realize you were that conservative, so we can't be friends. And it's like, I don't really care. What matters is what's in your heart. Your political beliefs are nothing to me as long as you don't preach it to me 24/7.
Nerdrotic the other day, he was talking about this this other channel that's really up on this kind of why Hollywood is doing all this stuff. And I forget what the name of the guy is in the channel, but I had a look, and I think there's a video where it's going to what Shane's saying on the screen right now. They're basically the channels. Sorry, the Hollywood companies and the entertainment companies and the news media and stuff want to get everybody politicized instead of people just. Personally, I don't know about you guys. I'm sick of it, and I don't give a shit about it anymore. And I just would want to watch some entertainment. I don't care about it anymore. But what they're trying to do is trying to get everybody either left or right politicized on purpose. And it's going to what Shane's saying is divide and conquer. And it's quite upsetting how with the Americans. I think I've said this on this channel before. I think America has never ever finished their civil war. I just think it's just manifested into a different form of war. I think America's at war with itself.
I think with every
the entertainment, the media companies are fueling it.
Well, here's
and
the thing.
Technology
like
companies.
I said,
Politics,
ever since a certain person was president, race became a big topic of discussion and a dividing topic of the country. And then you were either hard left or hard right. No, well, that's not me, and that's not who I am. And I don't appreciate being put in one of the other categories. But it is what it is. So you can thank the people that emphasize that stuff, and that's when this country became woke or started becoming woke, is because we focused on image instead of the stuff that really mattered. Congratulations. So that's all I'm gonna say about
gazing.
that.
Yeah, navel gazing. We should have a man on we should have a moon base.
Moon base Alpha.
Yep. And we should be going into the stars, but what we're doing is just navel gazing, scrabbling.
I think one politician said it best. He said that the reason why people vote for a particular party or particular group is that all this crap is happening, but like say for instance they're talking about a war in I don't know, Afghanistan, people will vote for who they kind of like based on who they kind of like, not based on what's happening in Afghanistan, because of the fact that Afghanistan's is like, totally away from them, so it doesn't really affect them. But when something bad happens and it affects their kids in school or their community, that's when they decide for sure who they should vote for. So when something reaches them personally, that's when people take action. But if loads of stuff is happening in the world, but it's too far away from them, they will vote with with no thought about it. They'll just vote based on their biases, and that's how politics works, I guess. Especially over here.
Politics is about a 400-year-old system of
Doesn't work. System doesn't work.
Yeah, it's
that's why I've never voted.
Yeah, its roots. Stupid. Yeah, its roots are in like a 400-500-year-old tribalism system.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but in the States, if you register to vote, you get put on the jury summons or in the jury summons lottery. And yeah, I'm just not interested in working for $5 a day when I could be working and making a lot more in my job.
I think we need to get away from tribalism, and politics is tribalism ultimately. There you go.
Look, it always takes something bad to happen for the world.
Yeah,
to
an
change.
asteroid.
But I mean, no, you know what I mean. Something bad will happen in politics, probably beyond our lifetime, and then there'll be a huge war fighting against it, and then the whole system will change again. It's always something that's really big and bad that makes people, fight for what they want.
For their freedoms and their rights. Yeah, absolutely.
It just seems to me we haven't learned anything from what happened 80 years ago.
No, we have, but there's new things that's actually infiltrated our world. Like social media is definitely something that's driving politics and our lives at the moment. Yeah. And that's something that nobody could have guessed that would have happened. So we've learned from our mistakes like World War II and World War One and stuff like that. And racism, we've kind of conquered that, because now you can walk down the street and you can see white people talking to black people. You can go on the bus and black people are allowed to sit and all that. So progress has been made, but nobody ever thought that this social media thing would get out of hand, and it's making everything go backwards.
Well, like I was telling you guys earlier, Mark Zuckerberg, or who was it that admitted Facebook fact checkers are not actually fact checkers. So, yeah, there you go. That's part of the problem. So you can put up a meme that's a joke and they can tell you, oh, this information's false. Yeah, I know, because it's a joke. Like, seriously. So it's just stupid little things like that. People get put in Facebook jail all the time over the dumbest things.
You know what, right? The rules are changing, and people are changing. Now we know that Hollywood is not the glamour and glitz that we thought it was.
Cocaine and hookers.
It's one big lie, isn't it? It's one big lie, Hollywood. So a lot of people are getting to realize that now, and that's because of social media. Social media has got a place in the world, but it should be monitored more closely by not by the government. Not by the government, but by people who have nothing to do with the government. So that we could be regulated properly.
Yeah.
And it's never going to happen, is it?
Too much
Mark
money.
Zuckerberg, right? If Mark Zuckerberg knew before he created Facebook what was going to happen to the world, I wonder if he would still have made Facebook. If I went back in time,
the dollar signs would dictate yes.
No, but if it destroys the world, though, would you still do it? If you're responsible for the destruction
I
of the world,
but I don't. I
don't
know.
Would Steve Jobs still invent the iPhone?
That's it. Yeah, it's the question, isn't it? It's the big question. Would he?
Woody, Toy Story. What's he got to do with it?
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying, it's this thing could get out of hand really badly, and it could cause something really bad. I don't know.
Right. Okay. I was going to finish the show on that cliffhanger, what you just said, Ian. But
Why? Hey, Brian!
Christmas time, mistletoe.
Oh, so you're drunk then, mate.
Children singing Christmas.
Jimmy Savile rhymes.
With Cliff on the fire and Cliff
Sounds
on
like he
the
had
tree.
some vegan cheese.
Time for...
He had something, I can tell you that, but I think.
Hey guys, how are we all?
Hey, Steele. Hello,
enjoying
Steele.
Christmas, are we?
How's
We're
your
doing
vegan
all right,
cheese
mate.
and whiskey?
It's fucking shithouse, Rennie. How you going?
Okay.
Yep. He's back.
I'm
How
from.
was your
Oh,
Christmas?
hello.
Everyone? Was it good?
My Christmas was fun.
Mine was
I don't know
quiet,
about
but
you guys.
good.
Yours was quiet.
Who's rustling
but
the
good.
mic? Because I'm going to twat you.
It's me.
Hey,
Trying to think.
I was going to say, it's not me.
Something's come off my mic. It's not good. I'm trying to fix
Boomer.
it. Yeah, it's a boom. I'll fix it later. Jesus Christ.
Welcome to underwater scuba diving.
That's me. That's
I
me.
tell you what,
Sorry.
as a Christmas bonus.
Mm. Oh.
There you go, Brian.
So hold on. So what did you guys get for Christmas then? Anything great? Any socks?
I actually did get some
I
Oscar
got-
the Grouch socks.
I got scorn and disdain from the missus.
Oh, cool.
Oh, Brian.
So just the usual then. Well, our sister did get me socks, so it wasn't too bad. It wasn't a complete.
I got Star Wars socks. That's what I got. And Calvin Klein
Yeah.
socks.
Last
Yeah,
Jedi?
Not good.
Last Jedi.
No, it's old Star Wars. The original Star Wars,
Proper.
and
Proper
Marvel socks as well. I just looking at my pile there. Marvel
MCU
socks.
socks.
Just a quick question. It's Mr. Shadow Barn Productions TM. Real quick, I could just Google it. What is Boxing Day in 40 words or less?
Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. We celebrate it. It's another holiday, and it's just as important. Yeah, it's just as important as New Year, Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day. But I think the
it's where you
origins
box
come
up your
from
stuff, right?
No.
Yes.
The origins come. The reason why it's
No?
called Boxing Day is because we used to leave the presents to open on that day. So you used to have Christmas
Oh.
Day, and you used to open your box. Obviously, open the presents. I think that's why it's called Boxing Day. I'm not sure.
Half correct.
All right. So why is it called Boxing Day?
Brian, do you want to add anything first?
Well, I don't want to contradict Ian. I don't usually contradict Ian,
he's
but
kind
I always
of
heard,
half right.
I always heard
Do
it
it.
as the boxes for putting all your stuff away after celebrating Christmas.
Yeah, because that's why I thought it was called Boxing Days, because you box all your Christmas shit up.
Don't know. I thought it was opening presents. I was told it was opening your presents on that day. You used to open your presents on that day.
Welcome to the Sexual Act channel. You box each other.
Well,
Rocky
that was-
comes
that was-
round your house.
That was
I
funny
wouldn't
in
mind
my head.
celebrating Festivus, where you air your grievances and then beat the shit out of someone. I mean, yeah, let's do it.
That's a certain rival channel. Boxing Day, right? This goes back to I'll be posh here. This goes back to the class structure of Great Britain
Right.
back in the day. It's due to in a nutshell, it's to do with the people who live upstairs in the posh bit of the house, and the servants who live in the downstairs of the house. And the servants only got one day per year off, which was the day after Christmas. And basically all their presents were stored downstairs. All their gifts to each other were stored downstairs in the servants' area of the mansion, the whatever. And yes, it's basically the festival, or the holiday for the servants is Boxing Day, because that was the day when they would open their presents, their boxes, presents.
Ooh.
So there you go. Today wasn't a waste of time, boys and girls. So there you go. That's what it is. I may be wrong, but I'm sure that's the reason.
Well, in America, there's certain things they don't have for Christmas. Like I believe, Rennie, that you guys don't have mince pies for Christmas, right?
Typically, no. There is such a thing called mincemeat pies, but they're not really big here. But but yeah, we don't really like the whole meat pie and stuff like that. Isn't a big hit in the U.S. Like people will typically eat ham on Christmas, turkey on Thanksgiving, but sometimes they'll do turkey at Christmas too.
Okay, so when I say mince pies, it's not like a pie like meat pie. It's kind of like a dessert.
It's like
kind of it's got pastry and it's got raisins and I can't remember the mince inside.
Minced fruit.
Yeah. Minced fruit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Something else.
I don't think so.
Careful. Careful, Brian.
I will return in 2 seconds. Brian, take over.
Welcome to Brown's Away for a Jobby on
Mince pies really got him going.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
There you go. Boxing Day wank.
Zine will tell you they do give you a right good clear out if you take too many of them.
Yes, that's true. That's absolutely true.
God.
Today I ate like a whole handful of Quality Streets. Then I had some mince pies, and then I drank a bit of whiskey, a bit of rum. And Jesus, I tell you, my stomach is so swollen now. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
I was a good boy yesterday, but Jesus Christ, I made up for it. I made up for it today, big time.
Today, wow,
yes,
yeah.
Everything that was lying about the house, I had a nibble out of just about everything, to be quite honest, including the Lego.
Oh, yeah, don't step on a Lego without your shoes, mate. I tell you, they're so
I'm just
painful.
looking. I spent about 3 hours putting together a Lego train set for the boy, and I've just walked into the streaming room where I had the Lego train set set up, and it looks like fucking Chernobyl. It's been trashed into a million pieces at some point.
Did you guys ever have those little Micro Machines cars that were like smaller than Hot Wheels?
Yeah.
So like,
yep.
It's a toss up between Legos and Micro Machines. Which one hurts worse on bare feet? But yeah,
they both do. They both do. They're horrible, those things. I remember. I remember. I was in a toy store a couple of days ago, and I saw Hot Wheels. The little cars, the Matchbox cars, and they don't look as good as when you were young. When I was a kid, those things were really detailed.
Yes.
Very detailed. And you see the ones now, it's just like they just don't even bother with them.
Crap. Yeah, it's like I know that they like everything's done on an assembly line, and I totally get it. But why is it the old ones are more detailed and
much better? Yeah,
look more like the actual car than the new ones. I'm like, this is crap.
Yeah, it is. And then in the old days, they had the doors that open and the boot opened and all that stuff. And now you get them; they're just all the doors don't open at all. None of it is just. It's just crap. It really is.
Do you remember the ones that you used to put in like ice water and they would change colors?
Yeah,
those were really cool.
Yeah. Sorry, Brian.
Some things have gotten better, and other things have gotten significantly worse for some.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I've still got my old tree though. My old tree, because my sister got a tree, and she showed me it, and basically, she pushes something up, and all of it comes up, and it's got lights built into it. And stuff. She just switches the light on and the lights. Yeah. But my tree is old. It's like I bought it in the 70s. So, and it's still, you take it out of the box. You have to put each individual, handle on there, and then you get the lights out, and you put the lights on, then you put the tinsel on, and you know what I mean. I prefer it that way, because what's the fun in just pressing a switch and suddenly all the lights are on? There's no fun in that at all.
Yeah,
I remember my dad used to take the lights out, unravel them, used to take him an hour, and then check every light.
Oh my god! And then start cussing.
Yeah,
because if one light went out, it took out the whole strand.
Yep, it took the whole strand out. Yeah, I remember that. That was crazy, isn't it? Those days.
Yeah.
Who would like to see a mince pie?
Go on then, show us a mince pie.
Right, hold on.
That's a mince pie, Rennie.
It's so tiny.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
3. I ate 3 of them today. 3.
Two the other night with cream, and I was nearly vomiting
Yeah.
after the second.
All right. I had custard with mine.
Oh,
Custard.
gosh.
I had.
Custard with
Custard's
mince pie.
good.
mince pie.
Yeah, custard's really nice.
Top tip for your Mega Geek.
What's that?
If you go down Aldi tomorrow, there'll be boxes and boxes of mince pies for about 7p per box.
I only shop in Marks and Spencer's for my mince pies. Marks and Spencer's mince pies are gorgeous. Yeah, they really are well
It's
made.
obviously earning too much money, everybody.
You a little bougie, Mega Geek. I think that's what they're saying.
All right.
don't mind.
So what
I
else
don't
did you
mind
get for
Aldi.
Christmas? Anybody else get anything good for Christmas?
Yes.
I got what did you get then?
I got the Darth Vader shuttle from Return of the. I got it. I bought it actually for my boy, but he's not been the slightest bit interested in it. So thankfully, I was able to get it.
Brilliant.
The
Absolutely
Return of the
brilliant.
Jedi Emperor or Darth Vader shuttle. So I've still to open it along with a Batmobile. I've opened everything else, or I've helped him open everything else.
One of my
Still get
nieces got me a pop. You know, what is it? Vinyl pop. You know, the little toy
the Funko
pop.
Pop. Funko Pop.
Funko Pop, yeah. And
What,
Yeah, I
who's
saw
the
that.
person? Or who's the
hold
character?
on. Oh, let me show you. Hold on. Let me get
Welcome
it.
to the Unboxing Presents channel, everybody.
Z3PO has got several of those.
Yeah, he's the
You know how
I know,
Funko Pops are small?
Yeah.
Right. Do you know how they're small? Well, this is this is what I got. Hold on a sec.
See.
Look at that! Look at the size of that one. It's ridiculous.
Oh my god, it's
Absolutely
huge.
ridiculous. What the hell?
They're usually really small.
Yeah, I
They're like
know.
typically about half that size.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. Oh, I don't know.
I
Kids,
have
eh?
What's with the Fez? What's with the Tommy Cooper? I just
Oh,
so
what's
you
his name?
could say that.
Swap Shop did that for me. That's meant to be Doctor Who's
Anthony.
Fez. Apparently. Yeah. So there you go. No, but I was expecting it to be small. I was like, okay, this is
That's
big.
what she said.
Yeah.
The
And I
last
got-
episode of The Witcher was bollocks, by the way, Rennie. It wasn't really worth missing half
Oh,
the stream
dear.
because of it.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's been okay, but that last
I
episode.
don't know.
Is that did it go woke?
Well, I said it did. I didn't think it was particularly woke. There was maybe slightly more putting men in their place than there is normally, but at the same time,
That's normal
the
TV.
ladies go through fucking hell to get their powers, and they get a fair old fucking slap down when required as well, which is
That's
quite-
good.
Well,
Just
like
open up
Yennefer
my
is
mouth.
my least favorite character, and
she?
so yes, because she like I don't know about you, but in the first season she was just such a self-righteous bitch, and like she gets whatever she wants, and I'm like, this isn't
Who's
fair.
this?
Yennefer.
Yeah, but she. At the same time, she starts
Sounds like
off with
somebody else.
absolutely nothing. She starts off with a
Yeah.
hunchback and a fucking.
Yeah, but then she
jaw
goes
that's way
all
out
the
of
way on the
place.
other side, and like
A
totally
hunchback.
just she
Yeah,
is.
Oh, that's
she
But
loses her.
she
She loses her uterus and can't have children, and the
Oh,
second one's
God.
mostly about trying to get. You
Yeah.
actually see it as well. That's how
Okay,
fucking
now
horrendous
happy
it is.
Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Here's your
well, she
uterus
goes
for
through
you
the
on a plate.
procedure to make herself more to get rid of all of her
But it's
physical
not like-
impalements. I guess
It's not
or
like Ray
ailments.
getting a broken nail, but still managing to get the entire legacy of the Jedi.
I had one of those a couple of days ago. A broken nail really pissed me off.
Oh, you
Did you
poor
ladder
dear.
your tights too?
Oh, yes. Ian, what else? Sorry to hijack the. What else did you get, Ian? Anything good?
I got a Star Wars calendar from little Katie. It was nice of her. Doesn't have the new Star Wars on it, just the old Star Wars, which
Okay,
is the
if
3
there's, I was
original
going to say, if
films. That was
there's
great.
any sign of Baby Yoda, burn it. No.
Yeah. All right. And I
It's a
also
gift,
got.
Ray.
I also got a blockbuster video game. I think it's like a trivia game. I don't even. Yes, I got that, and I got some socks. I got 2 socks, and I got chocolate, and I got
2
a
socks?
Marvel mug. You know, I got Calvin Klein socks, and I also got some Marvel socks and some Star Wars socks. That's what happens when they don't know what to give you. They give you
Just get
socks.
socks.
Well, that's
They
typically
give you
like
Marvel socks.
The
That's
sad thing
typically
is,
the
I've actually got to
male-
the. I've got
the
to the
male
age where I
gift.
appreciate a pair of socks. Sorry, Rennie.
Let's all
No,
talk
you're
good.
over each other. Let's all talk over each
Same
other.
here, same
Brian,
here.
Yes.
no.
I said, I've reached the age where I now appreciate a pair of socks because I'm an old bastard. Sorry, Rennie. Continue.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna say, I'm sorry. Like typically,
We're all
isn't
sorry.
that the gift for men when people don't know what to buy them? Socks and underwear, socks and underwear, socks and underwear. It's like how many pairs of socks and how many pairs of underwear do I need? But yeah.
The Mega Geek said he got 2 socks.
Well, I think he meant 2 pair.
Ah, okay, right, okay. I was going to say, because socks usually do come in 2s.
No, what I mean is that I got
2 pairs.
presents that were socks. Like I got Calvin Klein socks, and I got Marvel socks, and I got Star Wars socks. That's what I mean. Presents, rather.
Will
But,
the Marvel socks be going on eBay?
No. But you know, my best present I got was from Keith. He sent me a signed photograph of Stan Lee, which is
Oh,
really.
that's
I'll show it to
cool.
you. I'll show it to you. Hold on.
Fucking hell. Let's see this.
They'd better do. That's where we're all going.
Hold on a sec. Yeah, look. Here we go. So Stan Lee.
Fucking beauty.
Nice.
Look at that.
Nice. Good
Wow.
at it. Look at that.
That's really
Look
nice
at that.
of him.
Yeah,
He's a good
Good
lad,
lad.
is Keith.
he is indeed.
Not to
Indeed.
not to piss in your parade, Ian, but I got a bottle of Jack Daniel's Special Reserve and 2 Terry's chocolate oranges this year.
You lucky
fat bastard.
bastard.
That's excellent. Fucking
Yeah.
Shane Nolan in the chats. Aftershave, socks, food, money. But socks
Wow.
are always appreciated these days. It's funny that, isn't it? When you were a kid, if you got socks, it's like, fuckers.
never
Yeah,
speak
but you-
exactly. It's like, damn.
Whereas
it.
now it's like, thank you.
No,
Yeah,
you
I
don't.
love
You don't
socks.
get. You don't get, look. From the age of 5 to the age of 12 in 11. You don't get those kids socks or clothes. You get them toys. Once they reach the 13, they want. You know, especially young girls. They want clothes or makeup, and that's how. I don't understand how parents don't know that. You know what I mean? A kid is upset when he gets a pair of socks when he's like 5 or 6 or even 9. Why would you give a kid clothes when they're 9? You give them toys. It's really crazy how parents don't understand it at all. Anyway,
What's
I digress.
Shane in the chat? Most of my family have no idea what to buy me. I'm very, very
got-
difficult. Not that anybody buys many presents,
You got to tell them. You got
Oh,
to tell
do
them what
they?
you want.
but
You know?
I'm terrible because I don't need anything really.
See, that's kind of how I am. I just buy what I want when I want
Yeah.
it. So I don't want for anything other than, to win the lottery. But I mean,
Well,
That's
obviously. What was the worst present you've ever had? And I'll throw that to Shane and Matthew in the chat because they're the only ones watching. So
The worst present.
Stream Killer.
I have to think about this.
I think the worst present I ever got was a Hong Kong made Action Man,
Dildo.
which was really awful. Yeah, obviously my parents couldn't afford the real Action Man, and so they got me this Hong Kong. You remember those days
Hong
when
Kong Joe.
Yeah, no, you remember those days when Hong Kong used to make loads of toys, and all the toys used to come to England, and you used to go to markets and used to buy all these cheap toys. My dad and mum got me a cheap
Full
GI
divorces.
Joe or Action Man, and it was so cheap it just looked ridiculous. Obviously, I had to smile and say thank you, but it was just crap.
But inside you was heartbroken.
Of course, as a kid, of course you are. That's why I never ever get
Yeah.
my nieces, whatever they ask for, I try to get them exactly what they want because I know what heartbreak is like when you get a toy.
It's
You,
shit,
I
isn't
want-
it?
yeah.
Rennie, worst present?
a rock tumbler. So
A
my dad
what?
has Yeah, a rock tumbler. So
The wrestler.
my dad was an electrical engineer, and I was very into science and all that and math, and I still am. But my parents got me this thing called a rock tumbler, where you put your rocks, or you put these like rocks in it. You put it on, it goes for like a month, and it sits there and it tumbles and tumbles the rocks until they turn into gems. It was really stupid, and I hated it. And I wound up breaking it and tossing it into gems.
Wow.
GEMS, gems, like precious
gems,
stones.
gems.
Yes.
Okay, I said gyms. I thought what?
No.
And I take it didn't work.
Well, no, and I'm not patient, so I'm just like, it's been 2 days. What the hell's going on with this damn thing? So, yeah, I wound up breaking it and tossing it, and it really pissed him off.
Were you heartbroken?
Yeah, well, I was just mad because I'm like, what's the point of spending money on something that I don't need or want? And you guys know I have no patience, so.
Oh, yeah, we know that. Yeah, we know that.
Well, but no.
Are you a practical person then?
Yeah, for the most part, yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would like to win the lottery and just travel the world. Like, but COVID's made that damn near impossible.
Can we go with you?
No, but
okay. We can't take this show on the road then.
No, but I would go visit you guys. But you know, other than that, like whenever I see something and I want it, I buy it. Okay, unless it's something that I'm just like, $5,000 for a chair, really? No thanks. You know, so I'm fairly practical with that kind of stuff. But yeah. I don't want for anything, really.
They say the best presents are the ones that you would really like to get, but you're not willing to spend the money on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane in the chat, best present was a surprise. Oh, God, mate.
A train set.
A train set. I woke up, not woke as in awoken, up on Christmas Day, and it was all put together and running. My dad did it silent. Basically it took him hours in silence. He was 6. I think I probably got a train set at the same age as well, and I fucking loved it. Surprise train set. It's fucking amazing.
There are other things that remind me of when I was a kid. Like for instance, on Christmas Eve, my mum and dad always used to buy us new pajamas. So we'd have like a bath. In those days, it was a bath, and you'd get into your new pajamas, and there'll be new sheets on your bed, and you'll slip into the new sheets in your bed, and then go to sleep. And getting ready for the next day, you were so excited you couldn't sleep. But the smell of the new pajamas and stuff always reminds me of Christmas.
I don't do gym jams, but
you sleep in a nude.
Yes, I was going away. Yeah, no, I was going away for a month, and I thought, okay, I'll buy some gym jams. And I bought some Darth Vader gym jams.
Excellent,
and they are excellent.
I got Spider-Man gym jam. My mum actually bought me Spider-Man gym jams. So there you go.
They were excellent. Right up, wore them, used them. Pretty much all the time. They were excellent right up until the time the arse fell out.
Your arse fell out of it?
38 years old he was.
So I need to, I think if I find a seamstress to sew the back seam up, I reckon I could probably get maybe another 3-4 months out of them. But they were excellent gym jams in dark grey with the Vader logo. Superb.
It's really funny, right? Because when you're younger, pajamas were pajamas. They consist of a shirt-like thing. You button up in the front, and then you put the trousers on, and it had that little hole so you can have a piss. Do you know what I mean? Today it's completely different.
I don't
isn't
really
it?
think that I had pajamas like that, Ian.
All right, okay. In the 70s, though, it was real pajamas. It wasn't, because today you get pajamas. It consists of a t-shirt and maybe some shorts or some long trousers, doesn't it?
That's like tissue paper.
Pretty much like a long sleeve t-shirt and some pants and shorts. But yeah, I have had button down pajamas or like a night shirt that like kind of button down halfway or whatever. In the past, but I don't know. I go between like either doing like a night shirt or a pajama set, and I do have 2 Jack Skellington pajama sets that I absolutely love that are so cute, but they're fleece, so I can only wear them whenever it's really cold. and it was like 80-something degrees yesterday. It was crazy.
Oh,
it's
really?
not winter.
Wow.
Yes. I know.
But
It's officially winter.
In the old days, right, you never used to have duvets. It used to be blankets. And, you had to literally go, you had to tuck all the blankets around the side of your mattress. So
How old I am.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
It was, as I'm saying, it was a different time. It was a different feeling. Christmas was a different feeling for me. And I guess Brown is kind of similar age to me. It was a very, very different feeling in those days. I don't know how kids see Christmas today, though. But for me, it was very much pajamas, food, toys, and watching TV. That was Christmas for us.
Brian, worst Christmas present?
Worst Christmas present? Oh, it's very unfair to say worst, but when you're younger, there's a kind of changeover between what kind of toys you like one minute and then what you like the week after when the newest thing comes in. Because I remember wanting a whole load of Transformers presents and asking specifically for a Transformers present and getting that Transformers present. However, the dark twist on that Christmas was there was a shitload of He-Man stuff that was on sale, and I got loads and loads of fucking He-Man stuff. And when you're young, there's a kind of cut off, and you're not in the slightest bit interested in what was hip last week. So I got shitloads of fucking He-Man stuff, He-Man toys, He-Man fucking serving.
Yeah,
I've still got them.
Fucking burned it the next day. Just about.
I bet you regret that one. Yeah. But how are you going to know?
Absolutely disgusted.
Be worth a fortune now.
It's like, damn it, I wanted Transformers.
What's this shite?
With regards presents, I think I was quite lucky, actually. I always asked, and I pretty much got what I wanted. Luckily.
Wow.
Well, look, you got Christmas at the Brown house.
We didn't get anything else during the year, but always got decent presents. Thank God.
Well, I'm from a family of 7, so it was really hard for my parents because we were poor, mostly poor. So it was really hard for my parents to get everybody what they wanted, So, and I guess some people that suffer, usually it was me or my sister or, because my dad and mum had favourites in the family. So that's the way it goes, I guess.
Okay, we've just had the worst Christmas presents. Best Christmas present. Brian, you can go first. Best Christmas present.
It's a toss-up between a knockoff lightsaber that I got, which, believe it or not, only a few weeks ago, Stephen Amore was able to find on the eBay, which I nearly made a mess of myself in my pants after finding it. I couldn't fucking believe it after all these years, being able to see it, nearly 40 years. And the other one was the Millennium Falcon that I got.
Oh, wow.
I wish to Christ I'd kept that because it was so good.
Yeah.
It wasn't the lightsaber. It wasn't that torch one with the tube, was it?
That was it.
Yeah, I had one of those. I had a green one.
Red. There's a name for it. I cannot remember it, but I can't find it. But
it was just basically a torch with a black thing, wasn't it?
It was a knockoff, but the knockoff was actually better than the original that came out.
Was it?
Yeah. I couldn't believe it was literally almost 40 years between having owned one and seeing it again. And Maury in the chat found it.
I bet they're worth quite a lot, especially the Millennium Falcon.
I don't know about the Millennium Falcon, but the lightsabers were going for like $150, $200.
Whoa. Shane Nolan.
The Force Beam. Sorry. The Force Beam it was called.
You will be. Shane Nolan, my mother always used to get those Guinness Book of Records or visual dictionaries in the stockings that I always appreciated afterwards. Yeah, that was a big thing, getting the Guinness Book of World Records, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Your mother was in stockings.
Yeah. Rennie, best present.
Oh, gosh. I really don't know because for most of my life after being a kid, everybody just did gift cards and money. So
what?
I know, it's pretty crazy. You don't really receive a whole lot of physical items anymore. So
what about when you were a kid?
Didn't you get any bags of dicks?
I mean, when I was a kid, I liked a lot of the toys that I got, but I don't
What did
really
you
feel
get?
like stuff like She-Ra dolls and Barbie dolls and things like that. But I just don't have a present that really stuck out as greatest. The stuff that always sticks out is like, that really sucked. I didn't want that.
Was She-Ra gender fluid?
No, she was
Moving on.
He-Man's sister. But yeah, so I don't know. I just don't have anything that I can say was my favorite Christmas present, to be honest with you, because yeah, I don't know.
Christmas.
I think for me, like, Christmas was more like about having fun with your family, and I think I enjoyed, like, the binge eating more than I did receiving the presents, to be honest. And decorating the tree was always such a ceremony as well.
Yeah, I always enjoy the weight gain at Christmas.
So yeah, I don't know. I can't think of a favorite present.
You in Texas, Rennie?
Yeah.
Because I've been watching Young Sheldon. I've been binge watching that. They live in Texas, and they always go on about how Texans are gun culture and proud of being a Texan and all that. Is that all true?
Yeah, for the most part, yes.
Okay.
Shane Nolan in the chat. Oh, I remember my dad made a handmade dollhouse for my sister with tiny furniture for her dolls, etc.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
That's amazing.
Wow, this is a great dad. It
That's
took
an awesome
almost
dad.
a year for him to make. She still has it, or what's left of it. Wow.
Do you remember, right, when you used to get a train set or the Scale Electric and you'd look at the box, and they always have on the box something like especially the train sets where it have all the little trees and stuff and the bridges and all that, and your imagination go right. Then you open the box and it's just one train and one track. One track.
Welcome to the Mega Geek Spoiling Christmas channel, everybody.
But it's true though, isn't it? Like you open it and it's nothing like what you see on the cover.
Right. Okay.
That's so true.
I kind of get the feeling that Ian's going to be hard to please then. So, Ian, best Christmas present.
I told you already it was Action Man. When I eventually got Action Man.
Was it the Action Man?
Real Action
right,
Man.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, real one. And he had blonde hair. Didn't have the dark hair, blonde hair. So that was my favorite toy.
Wow.
Is it anything like Stretch Armstrong? Oh wait, no, you said it was like G.I. Joe. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like G.I. Joe. But it's he had bristles for like his hair was bristly, if that's a word.
Yeah, it's just
he had a scar in his face.
A bunch of short hairs.
Yeah. He had a scar on his face. He had gripping hands because his hands was rubber, but he used to grip onto ropes and stuff. If you put a rope up, he'd hold onto the rope. And every joint you can bend. So the wrist you can bend, had a ball joint on each joint. So you can bend the wrist and the elbow and the legs and the hips. So any position you wanted to put him in, you could put him in. It was a really well-made toy.
Made by Palitoy.
Did it have the luxury Eagle Eyes feature?
Yes, it did. It did.
Wow.
I loved that toy. I loved it until it got broken, and that was that. But I loved it. I thought it was actually, as I say today, I can honestly, truly say that was as a kid, it was such a well-made toy because you can put that Action Man in any position you want, holding the gun. He could be looking up because he had a ball joint on his neck. He could look up, he could look down, he could stretch his arms out and stuff. It was absolutely a wonderful, well-made toy. That was.
Mr. Nolan in the chat, I had the black hair Action Man. The joints were great, and we're not talking about spliffs either.
You gotta love Shane.
Different Christmas entirely.
If I may, I think my favorite presents. Oh God, there were so many. I would say early on in my when I was a kid, I think Shane will know this. The joy of opening a train set or a Scale Electric. It was just a joyous occasion, and then setting it up.
And then finding out your dad didn't have the batteries. Yeah, that kind of spoilt the momentum.
There was one where we got our first video game. It was like a house present for the house. video game because we couldn't afford the Atari VCS. We got one of these cheap knockoff other brand ones called Radafin. So we did play the games like Space Invaders and stuff, but it was just different Space Invaders. That was really good. I did have a few computers. ZX81 was a good computer, even though it had no sound and by today's standards, dog shit.
Sinclair?
Yeah, but just getting your first computer is like, fuck yes.
I remember we had the Commodore 64. I remember that one.
I was going to say, I think my favorite kind of computery type thing was the Atari 800 XL, which was the same time as the Commodore, and just fantastic. We were quite lucky. So yeah. So there you go.
Was it just you and did you have any siblings?
5 children altogether.
Wow, that's
big
cool.
Family.
Yeah.
I was the youngest.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's it. I think Christmas for me, I have, even though we were kind of poor, I had some really good memories of Christmas. My dad playing the Christmas songs via vinyl on the turntable, and just sitting there looking at the Christmas tree, and it's just for me, it was just a wonderful time. But I can understand why people find it very disheartening, especially if they don't have any people to share it with, and they're on their own and stuff. So yeah, I can understand that. But
yeah, I've been there. Being on your own at Christmas really does suck.
Well, it's a high.
Brian,
go ahead, Brian.
Sorry, I've only ever been on my own in Christmas once, and it was by choice. I thought, fuck, I'm going to try it just so that if I ever have to be on my own, it won't be an issue. But I was lucky because I lived in Australia at the time, so it wasn't too bad. It was nice and sunny, and I sat there with my fucking light and easy Christmas dinner meal. It was a bit strange, but I just thought, fuck it, I need to kind of do this in case I end up old sometime. It's all going to be weird.
I remember
another day.
Kylie Minogue used to say that malls always reminds her of Christmas because it was the only place that you'll cool down when you're in Australia. It was just so hot over there at Christmas. Yeah.
My mate used to work in Braehead Shopping Centre in Glasgow, and it was a nightmare because there was no air conditioning. But they used to go down to the freezer section in Sainsbury's, and they would all just take a walk about there for about half an hour.
Yeah. It's summer over there, isn't it? At Christmas time in Australia, it's the height of summer, isn't it? So,
I think
Rennie's gone.
The first time we went there, or we were there, it was only maybe something like 17 or 18 degrees, which by our standards isn't particularly warm. So we were all on the beach pretending it was fucking 40 degrees. Getting our photographs taken. Hey, look at us enjoying summer on the beach. Christmas Day, and it was, if you looked in the background, it was people with big fucking sou'westers and Parker jackets and all.
Yeah,
I think Rennie's going to be modding for Doomcock again. So,
is he? Is she?
Yeah.
And what's she say here?
Stream last night. Sorry.
Oh, she's back. Right. I think she just popped off.
Yeah, I got knocked off, but I probably should get running here in a second anyways. So
yeah, I think we'll kind of finish in a few minutes, if that's okay. Is that okay, Rennie?
Yeah, I honestly need to go. I'm sorry.
Are you modding tonight?
Yeah, if I can stay up that late, I will be up on DC's channel.
Okay. I think we'll finish now then, and we'll finish. Yeah. We'll do a green room afterwards if you want, guys. I would just say to basically to Matthew and to Shane. I think Canadian Spider-Man was in there at the beginning, and there is a mystery viewer. It's probably Brian. I would just say thank you for taking the time just to spend a couple of hours with us. I hope you all had a great Christmas. What's left of it, happy Christmas. And as I always say, we are nothing without you guys. So cheers, appreciate that. Rennie, thank you, my darling.
Thanks for the invite. Sorry, it's been a really busy.
Never apologize.
And, weird day for me. So yeah,
we can't quit you.
Yeah, I go back to work tomorrow, and it's just like, oh yeah, I still have chores to do. So
No, it's not good. That's not good.
yeah. So
You don't have
it is what it
holiday
is.
till next year. That's crazy.
No.
What are those
That's
people like at
savage.
work?
I was happy to get a 3-day weekend, to be honest with you, because typically the places that I've worked have never had that luxury. So the fact that we were off Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and today, I'm excited. And then like this next week, is another 4-day week where we get a 3-day weekend. So hey, I'm happy to at least have that, because at my previous jobs they just didn't do that. So I'll take it.
You'll take it.
Yeah.
Brian, thank you.
Cheers, Brun. Cheers, Ian. Cheers, Rennie. And cheers to the chat. Sorry I was very late. I thought we were going to start a bit later.
It's
but
all right.
glad to be here. And merry festive season to the rest of the time, folks.
Yeah. And last but by no means least, the mega geek himself, Ian David Diaz. Thank you, my friend.
No worries, guys. It's always good to shoot the breeze, I guess.
It is.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be popping up again at some point this week. We might be doing a film. Don't know yet. Possibly Galaxy Quest. We'll see. So I'll just say there's a lot of things we should have done. I will just say to the boys and girls in the chat, thank you. And on the re-rub, if you stuck it to the end, well done. Take care, everybody. Happy Christmas. Take care. Bye.
Bye.